We had McGregor, Tavern, Goldson and Bonner at the back. Alfie Kent, Rafid and Defoe in attack. Davis, Jack and Mara, Arfield, Hadji came alive. With Helander and Balogun, they won his 55. We love you Rangers, we do. We love you Rangers, we do. We love you Rangers, we do. Oh Rangers, we love you. Stephen Gerrard came to Ibrox along with Gary Mack, and they were set the challenge to bring the title back. The day that he arrived here, he ended on let's go, and now he's there for all to see, the league flag coming home. We love you Rangers, we do. We love you Rangers, we do. We love you Rangers, we do. Oh Rangers, we love you. Oh, Rangers, we love you.
Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox Chair, on the show tonight for the start. As the one and only, yes, the one and only, that's it, Jodie Pollock. Evening, Jodie.
Hi, guys, hi.
How you doing, all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks for having me on.
No, you're more than welcome, more than welcome. We love your music on here, Jodie. All the boys and girls that come on the show love your songs.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad everyone's liking it.
Right, okay, so look, it's a Rangers show, so obviously, where did your passion for our club come from?
And I think most people came from my dad, and
Right.
always, it's dead funny actually. So I've got two brothers, both don't like football. Dad's only got one daughter, and I watch the games with him all the time. So he would take me and my brother to football, and they would fall asleep eating a hot dog or whatever, and I'd be sitting on top of the chairs screaming the songs for like 4 onwards, just screaming the songs. So I've just, it's always been because of my dad, and it's just something we've shared together, and it's just never left me. I've just got more involved, and sometimes a bit more passionate than him these days. But yeah,
Right.
because of my dad. So big thanks to him.
Right, brilliant. So when did your passion for music start then?
Yeah, so I think I've always sang, like I've always loved singing. My dad plays guitar, my mum's a really good singer, so I think it's just always something I've done. I went to theatre school, I've done all of that, but my dad got me a guitar when I was younger. I tried it a bit. I think I was only about 8 when he first got me, and then I fell away from it, and I was focusing on like my theatre school. And then in high school, I think I was like 14, 15, I bought my first guitar, like my proper guitar, not like a wee daft one, and my dad showed me a few chords, and then that was it. I was doing gigs, I was doing like open mic, like unders events, because obviously I was only like 14, 15, but I was doing unders events, and then I learned a few Rangers songs on guitar, like follow, stuff like that. But yeah, probably got really involved in music and gigging from about 15.
Right, okay. So you're an experienced singer now?
Well, I did do weddings and stuff, and I've actually been booked for a fellow Bears wedding, so I'm going to be singing at Ibrox next year for a wedding.
Again? Singing at Ibrox again?
Yeah, back there again. But yeah, I'll be singing in Ibrox for someone renewing their vows. But yeah, I've done like weddings, I've done paid gigs, I've kind of done all around like Glasgow. And obviously I've done theatre. I've been on like show productions and stuff, but I kind of got away from the theatre aspect and just focused on like guitar and acoustic and music like that.
What's the dream then, Jodie?
I mean, the ideal dream, I don't think it'll ever happen, but it would be an absolute dream to, like, I know I've sang at Ibrox, but see singing in the pitch at like half time or something, like if I sang Simply the Best there, I think I'd sing and then after it I'd like break down. That would be the best thing ever. But yeah, that's the dream. It's just like, no, what's really lovely as well, like see how when I sang Simply the Best at Ibrox, and see watching it with my dad, after we got the recording and stuff, just seeing his face, and he's like, oh, my daughter sang at Ibrox. It was just so lovely. And it's like so many people have said to me, like, oh, you're not worried singing at Rangers? Like, see how some people are like, once you tar yourself with one brush, you can't do other gigs and stuff. But that's the team I love. That's what I love to do. So I'd rather do that than playing in some pub singing pop covers. Do you know what I mean? I'd pick Rangers over it every day, all day. So
fantastic. You never know. It's been done before, huh?
Yeah.
You know, people have done it before. You know, why not? Why not? And what about professionally?
So, believe it or not, I'm not actually focused. I don't really want to be a musician. I went to music school, studied it, sound production, but I've got another job that I'm really, really good at. I'm not obviously going to share personal aspects, but yeah, I've got like a job I'm really good at.
That's not a chef, is it? That's not a chef.
No, oh God, here we go. No, it's not a chef, but I really do enjoy singing, just making, like, when I do gigs on the side, it's extra money for me, and it's just something I really enjoy doing. I did find when I went to music school, I kind of lost the love for it because it felt like work 24/7, whereas what I do just now genuinely makes me happy. And then obviously getting a wee email from Rangers asking me to sing at Ibrox, that makes me ecstatic to the point where my mum and dad are like, right, you can stop screaming now because I'm so excited. But yeah, I'm just happy doing what I'm doing just now.
When you've started putting the Rangers content out and you've put some good words to traditional songs, what kind of feedback have you had?
I can't believe it. I've actually had, like, so I know that some people have tried it before, and I think it's just like depending on how you do it, but I've actually had amazing feedback, and anyone that's listening that supported my music, like, thank you so much, because like follow forum, I don't know if you use it yourself, but everyone's like, oh, what's your stuff going in there? You'll get slated. I've literally not had any bad pieces of feedback at like horrible. I've maybe had like wee bits of criticism, but I've actually never personally been fully slated before yet. Probably jinxing myself because I'll probably go to all these comments after this saying your music's terrible, but literally like the support I've had, so lovely. And yeah, it just keeps, obviously I'm not going to get it right every time, but the songs I've done so far, like, they seem to be going down well, and just, yeah, hopefully it continues.
Yeah, well, sometimes you get what you deserve, Jo, dear.
I try.
Yeah. So you've started, who helps you with the lyrics? Is that something you do, or do you get involved with other people?
I'm dabbling more into lyrics now, but Davy McIntosh is my complete unsung hero. He put some verses and everything to Four Lads Had a Dream, so quite a few people might actually know him. Him and Ali done a version, but yeah, I was really lucky. I think I put a video up of me just singing follow on the guitar, just daft on Twitter. I never had a big following, it never got shared, but someone seen it and was like, you should really speak to Davy McIntosh, and I'm sure he runs his own supporters club and stuff as well. So I spoke to him, and then I ended up in I don't know how he done it, but he got me in this group chat with actual representatives from the Rangers Charity Foundation, and it just spiraled from there. And then he would come to me with song ideas that, again, we bounce off each other. Sometimes we're like, nah, that's not going to work. He'll tell me, listen, you're flat, you're out of key, or I'll say to him, well, I don't think that lyric will work. So it's not always like brilliant, but we do really work well together, and he'll give me songs, I'll give him ideas, we'll tweak lyrics together, we put it out, and luckily people like it. So he wrote the Kimara song that obviously everyone's going on about just now. I think night. He wrote the Kimara song.
Last week the gaffer endorsed you.
I know, I can't believe that. Oh God, don't, because I've been playing that video like on repeat. Like, I'll be like, listen, did you hear this? And I'll play it, and I'll be like, hi, Stephen Gerrard told Tav about my song. I get excited. I can't believe it. It's the fact that Tav says, I've heard the Kimara one's good, so not only has he told him about it, he said that it's good. So that's the bit I'm clinging on to, so I'm happy with that.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So, and what's give you the most pleasure? Was it singing at Ibrox, or the I'll say it, the love that the support are developing for you.
Well, obviously, I think one of my favourite moments is singing at Ibrox. But this thing is amazing. So many people have messaged me saying like my songs have helped them during lockdown, and like I cheer them up. And I've had videos of like people with their kids singing my songs. So I think that's sometimes something as well. Everything I do is like good standard. I'll never have any bigotry or that. It is just because I want to be alongside the club. A lot of my songs are really kid friendly in a sense because there's no add-ons, there's nothing bad. So see, having so many people saying, listen, I can't, it's so good that now I can get my children involved, because before a game I couldn't play certain songs and I didn't want like negative connotations with them. Now I can play yours. And I've had like one of my favourite videos I get sent was someone's like 7-month-old daughter like was sitting clapping along to my version of Singing the Blues. And I was like, oh my goodness. And it's just
Are you sure that was one of your guys going cha-cha-cha-cha?
But yeah, so it's just so much like positive response. Like people are messaging me before game days. I get so many videos sent to me. Like people are playing my songs in their house. Like it's not just my mum and dad that need to listen to me screaming my songs in the room anymore. It's like people actually want to listen, and it's just the support. It's just so nice, because I know that not everyone's going to like it, and that's absolutely fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but so many people have been so supportive, and it's just so lovely. So it's good, and I've made so many new friends through it as well. Like people offering to help me, giving advice, getting involved with like you guys, for example, getting asked on to shows and stuff. It's just been so lovely. So yeah, thanks so much. I'm honestly so chuffed. Like I'm cheesered all the time. That it's just dead nice.
as I said earlier on, sometimes people get what they deserve, Jodie, and having spoke to you a couple of times, your personality shines right through. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So who your Rangers heroes, Jodie?
Well, it's funny, right? Because I've actually wrote my own song about Rangers. I don't think I've gave you it. It's the quality's not the best recording because I didn't properly record it. But I wrote this song, and it's all about my perspective of being a Rangers fan, and this will always stay with me. So when I was a wee girl, because my dad told me about Rangers and he would show me old videos, and I'd always loved Alberts and Amoruso.
Right.
So my hero from like what I can remember in going to games is obviously Barry Ferguson. I think a lot of people around my age, that is probably their hero. But I was 4 years old running about the house screaming Hammer Time. My dad would, like, didn't matter if a game was on, we could be anywhere and my dad just had to shout, what time is it? And I'd shout Hammer Time regardless. And it's just something I've always shared with him, and watching his goals. And I've actually got a really funny story about when I met
Go on then.
Oh God. So another thing I was very lucky to do was, I don't know if people remember, like before COVID and stuff, the Liverpool and Rangers Legends gig. Don't know if you went or remember it, but yeah, Rangers asked me to sing it the night before it, the dinner with the players. So I sang for them all, and I got to meet the players. And Michael Moss and Alberts walked up to me and complimented me. And Albert said, "You have a beautiful voice," and I freaked out. I completely panicked, and I went, "Oh, thanks, you have a beautiful left peg." I could honestly. Why did I say that? Like, he does have a beautiful left peg, but why did I think that was okay? Honestly, you couldn't paint the
Can you remember the reply?
He just laughed. He just kind of was like, huh. And then Michael Moss was like, "All the best," and I was like, thanks. Like, it's so embarrassing. But yeah, that was obviously another highlight for me singing. What was the song I sang? I think it was Blue Sea of Ibrox. I just finished singing, and then they were getting ready for everyone to go in the hall for them to do the presentations and hear the stories from the players. So all the guests and stuff moved their way in, and they kept the players in where I was putting my guitar away and stuff, and that's why they came up and like, "We heard you." It's really refreshing to hear someone play acoustic versions and then when he just said, "Yes, your voice is beautiful," I was like, "Oh, so's your left peg." Like, why do that? So yeah,
Brilliant.
Alberts is a hero, but then obviously from going to games and like being of an age to remember it would be Barry Ferguson. But I think that's a common answer for people my age.
What about in this team? We've got this special team we've got in the moment. Who are you liking?
I know he gets a lot of stick sometimes, and he's not really much this season, but obviously I love Tav. I think just the fact he's stuck with it and he has had to endure some amount of...
Oh, there's a guy on here, Mr. Fox, who absolutely adores Tav.
Oh, I love him, and so yeah, I love Tav, but I can't help but I feel like Ryan Jack can do no wrong. I love the guy. I've got so much love for him. So Ryan Jack as well, I've got a lot of love for him. But I know they're underrated. I know everyone's going to be like, oh, Ken and Morelos and do you know what I mean? They'll say those players, but I don't know. I just see when you see, I don't know if you saw that goal when Jack came back from his injury, and if you watch the video that Rangers posted after it, and see just the that just resonates with me. See the passion when he screamed yes when he scored. You could tell that he just wanted it. That's why I think I gravitate to him so much. I just really love Jack as a player. So.
All right, and what would be your music heroes then? Who's your music heroes?
Oh, I'm really old school. So again, I'm just my dad's daughter. So right. I love Elvis, Gene Vincent. I'm so old fashioned. It's so bad.
You're all right with some of the
I love that, but then I love Stevie Nicks. I idolise the women. So I love Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks and that. So I feel like that's where all my acoustic love came from. But as I said, I did also go through theatre school, so I'm a bit of a weirdo and I do like musicals. So I'm either listening to Fleetwood Mac, Elvis, or some form of Broadway musical, which my boyfriend hates. If I play in the car, he's going to switch that off, and I'm like, oh please, just let me sing. But I do play a lot of football songs in the car as well, so it's a bit of a mixed match. I'm a bit weird.
A mixed tape will be a delight, eh?
I know. God.
Right, tell us how the Glenn Kamara song came about then, because we're going to play it in a couple of minutes. Yeah, tell us how it came about.
It's funny because I think lots of people... I posted the Kamara song and it went big after the Celtic game where we won 2-0. And the reason being is because obviously he ran that park wild, he'd done his stuff, right? So that's when I posted it. That's not when it came about. It came about way before that. I got to sing at the fan zone at Ibrox. It was the day
I was actually there that day when you sang.
Really? It was the day we beat Aberdeen 5-0. What a great game! And Kamara, I sang the Kamara song then, and it kind of got brought up a few weeks before that, and it was just he'd been doing so well. He'd finally started to build his place. I actually think he scored against, was it Dundee or somewhat? I can't remember. And we're like, we need to get him a song. We bought him for 50 grand. He's the value of him, and I know that he's came on leaps and bounds since then, but we just thought with how well he was doing, the price tag, let's write something. So Davey wrote it in, and he never actually pitched it to me straight away. So as I said, we were in a group chat with other singers as well. I was just kind of more proactive. It's probably because I don't have much of a life, I'm not going to lie. I literally just watch Rangers, talk a lot of rubbish, pretend I'm a chef, and then sing a few songs.
We're going to come to that as the night goes on. Your cooking skills, yeah.
Yeah, but so I just was like, I'll give it a go, and it's obviously to the tune of Oasis, She's Electric. So I already knew that in guitar. So he sent in the words and was like, "What's people's thoughts?" And I literally just sent a voice note back Glenn Kamara, and just sang it. And then he messaged me privately and went, "We need to get this done." So we'd done it. I hadn't posted it anywhere. Done it at the fan zone at Ibrox. Posted a video of me after the fan zone singing Blue Sea of Ibrox. And people were commenting saying, "Your Kamara song's class. I love your Kamara song. Who wrote it?" Tagged Davey in it, shared it. And it got a few hundred likes, but it never really went out anywhere, and that was it. So we just kind of left it. Nothing came. And then obviously the Celtic game came around. And he played brilliant. The name Kamaradona came about, and I thought, no, what? I'm going to plug this again. Put the video up. I recorded the song properly, then put a video to it with all of his wee tricks and his Kamaradona-ness, if that's a new word. But yeah, all of that in a video, and yeah, it went wild. It ended up in the paper, and that might be why Gerard's seen it, but yeah, it ended up in the paper. But it got copyrighted because of the videos I used, so I had to put another one up. And my friend Steg Thompson, he actually made a lyric video, so
Right.
If you've not heard it and you want to learn the words or sing it, it's on my YouTube channel and it's got all the words. And I know some people laugh at some of the words involved in it, so if you want to learn it, it's up there for you. But that's how it came about. It was just...
It's only a wee ditty where there's the one about he runs more miles than Mo Farah. What a line.
Oh God, I know. Oh, Davey's brilliant. He's brilliant.
And we're going to play that, and then you're working a work in progress Connor Golson song that you're working on.
Yep, so that was also the Celtic game.
Yeah.
I feel like Connor, there's some people that praise him to the high Hilton, and sometimes I just feel like he doesn't get enough. Like, he never stops. Like, if you remember why Goldson wasn't getting games before, it's because he went for a heart operation. Like, he's been through the wars and he's literally solid for us. And that's kind of... Davey again wrote the first verse, but I wrote the second verse. It was funny because Davey was like, I don't like the second verse, and I put my foot down and I was like, well, I do. So we kept it. And he likes it now.
I'm going to have to have a word with Sean. If you're putting your foot down.
Oh God, I know. That's me getting on my high horse. But yeah, so I like it. Like, they like it now, and it was just because he'd been doing so well. Like, even before the game, it's against Celtic, he was doing well, and he was like scoring headers for set pieces. So that's just kind of the playing the words, like. And then obviously he scored with his head and with his feet against Celtic. So I just thought, right, now's the time. Quickly recorded, and then Goldson's song was formed. So that was.
All right. So that's work in process. The Glenn Kamara one. We don't even think the Bridgeman's heard this, and he likes Oasis, so you might like this, and he's not going to shut up with us. So let's hear your Glenn Kamara song and Connor Golson song.
Thank you. Glenn Kamara, he fires the ball like an adder. It runs more miles than Mo Farah. He's a midfield star. He's tremendous. When sitting back, he'll defend us, and on the attack, he will send us on to victory. And I want you to know that Glenn Kamara cost us 50 grand. And I want you to know that Glenn Kamara, he's gonna be a star for me and a star for you. A star in Rangers Royal Blue, a star in every single game. 'Cause he is electric, you'll never forget his name. He is electric, you'll never forget his name. Sweet dreams are made of these. Connor Golson scores with ease, with his head and with his feet. Connor Golson is really something. Sweet dreams are made of these. Connor Golson aims to please. Solid at the back, good in the set piece. Everyone loves Connor Golson.
Brilliant, Jodie. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
Thank you.
We're going to be joined by another couple of lads. I say lads loosely. Bridgeman and Port Bear have joined this evening, boys.
All right, Drew. Young team in the house here.
Young team, what are you like, young team?
Well, Bridge, you're not the one with a voice like an angel tonight, eh?
Oh, but don't you bother even saying that about me, boy. Don't even mention it like that.
Did you like that Glenn Kamara song, Bridget? You said
superb, aye, super, absolutely superb. And
you know you're going to be singing that all day tomorrow. You know
I'll be trying to. I'll be trying to remember it, and sooner or later I'll click on it. You know.
See the lyrics.
Glenn Kamara.
You'll get it.
Hits the ball like an arrow.
He runs more miles than Mo Farah.
Than Mo Farah. That's brilliant.
He's a midfield star.
There we go.
Brilliant.
You've got the feel for that anyway, Portbear.
I was listening to it on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Why don't you give us a wee turn of it? Go on, let's see what you've got to say.
I've not learned it all yet. I'll do it one night on the show. Okay. I promise you I'll do it one night in the show.
Right, okay.
And Jodie keeps shooting ball at me.
One of the days a favour, wait till I'm on holiday before you do it.
Thanks very much, Oxford. What confidence.
So Jodie, that came about, and obviously the fact that the team's doing so well, that all the positivity around the club, it helps everybody connected with Rangers. We know we've got a feel good factor here. In fact, Bridges promised to buy us all a drink when we win 55.
Go away with you, boy. Go away with you.
So the feel good factor, the whole Ranger family's got to it.
Yeah, it definitely helps. Could you imagine me releasing these songs if we were doing terrible? You'd probably never hear from me again. I need to change my name and go anonymous. But yeah, it definitely helps. I just feel like there's such a buzz this season, and there's such a belief within everyone. So it's definitely more entertaining watching the football than Rangers ruining my weekend. So
yeah, you're welcome back on here anytime, ain't you, Port?
100%, mate. Anytime, Jodie, you just come in, pal. You just come in.
The rest is not.
I don't shut up, by the way, so you'll be like, oh God, here we go.
Oh, that's you one of us now. That's you one of us.
Bridgeman will get you a baby sham when we won 55. He's promised me
wow, that's a blast for the past.
He's promised me a half pint of lager.
Oh, that's you. Cold him.
That's a maybe.
Aye, for 1986.
Right, okay, so you moved on and you brought out some other stuff as well, and they're all, if you like, there's some classic Rangers songs in there, obviously Simple the Best, and a song that's became popular we're going to play later on is Sing for the Boys, but you've also done Singing the Blues, which Bridgeman loves, yeah? Obviously, we know the videos kicked about with the supporters bus, and the guys became famous, and now obviously you've copied that. What's the feedback on that?
Yeah, good. Don't get me wrong. Some people are like, listen, Hen, you're all right, but I prefer the guy in the bus, which, to be honest, I agree with. The guy's brilliant. But I was literally sitting in the house, and this was like lockdown, so I could like proper, and I didn't. The whole extended household thing wasn't about, so I genuinely wasn't seeing my boyfriend, and I was so bored. And because he's chanting it, it's not as if I could like hear chords. So I think I was actually playing like a Johnny Cash song, and then I was like, oh wait, this kind of sounds like something, and then I started going, well, I never felt more like I was, oh my God, there we go. So I just put it to chords, and I sent it to, again, my good pal Davey, and he was like, you need to keep going with that, that's good. Tried it, and I think what was so successful about it when I shared it is the fact that, again, I'm not really one for, see, when I sing Ranger songs, it's just because they make me happy. I don't want to sit and put a camera up and like video myself. Like, I just like singing them, so I try and make videos. So I literally went and got every goal that we scored that day. I had to speed it up because people were saying you should be playing the Benny Hill music on it for it to fit. It was like so fast, but I had like all the goals, all the footage, all the fan celebrations from that day, everyone like cheering. So I had all that, and I put it into one big video. So not only were people like listening to me, they were getting to like see the goals and like relive it and watch it as the story, because the song is basically a story, isn't it? That's why it done really well. But don't get me wrong, like I never really got anyone slagging me, but I did get some people saying, yeah, you're good, but I do prefer the guy in the bus, which is totally fine. Some people like to sing songs, some people like to chant them, but yeah, I've had so many people just walk by me now and go cha 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 cha. Like one of my dad's pals, like
we do it every night, Bridge.
I done a live video on Facebook, right, and I was singing the song, and one of my dad's pals ended up in that Facebook group, and he went, Jodie, your dad's a legend, cha-cha, cha-cha. And I went, what's that got to do with it? But now whenever he messages me, he finishes with cha-cha, cha-cha. How's your dad? Cha-cha, cha-cha. How you been, pal? Cha-cha, cha-cha. So I feel like it's just a new thing.
It's a compliment, isn't it? It's a compliment. You've caught the mood. She's caught the mood, Bridgeman.
Very much so. Very much so. An old song like that, singing the blues. My goodness gracious. That takes me back to my youth. A real youth, you know.
Who sung it originally? Was that Tommy Steele?
It was a Tommy Steele and the Cavemen song, but probably going further back than that, probably into the sort of blues of the America, somewhere along there, you know. But no, Tommy Steele, yeah, Tommy Steele and the Cavemen.
Right, okay. There you go. That's done well there, Port.
Like cha-cha.
And you impressed with that knowledge, Port Bear?
I didn't know that guy Tommy Steele was a caveman. Didn't know that at all.
By the way, Tommy Steele was that all he was about with the cavemen were about.
Some geller.
Hey, yeah, that's not nice saying that.
That's some geller.
Tommy Steele and the Cavemen. That was his wee banking group. Brilliant.
Oh dear. Bridgeman. There you go. Every day's a school day on here, so dear.
I know.
Cha-cha-cha-cha.
Cha-cha-cha-cha. I need to sign my emails and work with that now, I think.
Aye, definitely.
Yours sincerely.
Cha-cha-cha-cha. And we're hearing rumours, and it is rumours, and Port Bear will back me up on this, that you've turned your hand to becoming a master chef.
Oh, the calling and the skills of Jodie Pollock. Let's hear that story.
Okay, right. I'm like the most... Right, first of all, I've got two brothers and it's me, and I'm the one that wants to watch football, so I'm such a tomboy, so I'm not like a romantic, lovely-dovey girl. And my boyfriend is so sweet, bless him. So first Valentine's Day, he obviously didn't really understand what I am like. He did buy me a Rangers top though, so he did get me to some extent. But he got flowers delivered to my work. And I was absolutely mortified, right? And I was like, oh my God, I don't even know how to look after flowers. It's like a child. You need to water them. Like, it's so much work. I literally took the flowers home and I was like, Mum, you're going to need to care for these because I don't want to come across as inconsiderate. So she had to look after the flowers. And I came out and I went, why did you send flowers? That was so embarrassing. He went, don't worry, I've made up for it. And it was the third, I pure liked the third kit that season. I think it was the Puma black and blue one, the third kit we had. He got me that top and I was like, oh, you're so cute. I'm pure forgiven. Like, such a boy. Like, oh, give me a Rangers top, that's me. So he's always made such an effort. And last year I told him, don't get me anything. So I got him nothing and he got me a card and wrote a pure lovely thing in it. And I was like, oh, I'm such a bitch. Like, see, when I realised I didn't do anything. So this year, I don't eat red meat. So he kind of, I'm intolerant to red meat. So he really suffers. Like, whenever we get food, he'll get like chicken, or we'll need to, if we're making dinner, it'll be like chicken or like pork, like white meat. That's all I can eat. And I felt dead bad. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a good girlfriend this year. I'm going to make a mistake. Now, my dad at first was like,
what, a mistake or a steak?
What?
A mistake or a steak?
Oh God! I mean, people can be the judge of that, but literally, so I pure picked this up, and I was like, I'm going to make a mistake, and I'm going to date pure nice, and then I was like, oh my God, I don't know how to cook. Who am I kidding? Who am I pretending to be? So I started watching this video of like Gordon Ramsay, right? And honestly, I took him to the shop with me, and I was like, right, you're going to need to pick your own cut of meat. So I took him to the butcher's. He picked his own steak. He wanted sirloin. I don't know the difference, what they all are. I just know that it's raw meat and it goes in a pan and you can't do it underdone because I don't want to kill my boyfriend. So I was freaking out the full day. So I got that, made it with rosemary, thyme, garlic, butter, basted it. Honestly, you should have saw me. I was chuffed. I was pure like, get out my kitchen. You're not allowed in. This is my kitchen.
Sounds all right.
Literally, proper cooked it. Watched this video over and over. So if anyone wants a recipe, it got sirloin steak. You oil the steak, massage the oil into it, season it with salt and pepper. Then what you do is, he likes his medium, so I put it in the pan and it was 3 minutes on each side. When you flip it onto its second side, you put in 2 knobs of butter, fresh thyme, rosemary, garlic, baste the steak, After the 3 minutes,
Oh,
you went,
Diddy better be on in a minute. Paul.
honestly, it's a cookery show now. This is it. You get songs and you get cookery stuff.
She's not forgot the menu. She's never got the ingredients.
Listen,
Well done, Jodie.
He might like his steak medium, but his birds are Aryan. Right, okay. Where is that quote? I want to just, before I say that, before I get into trouble for that quote, I just want to read that out. Or do you want to tell people how you announce yourself on Twitter, Jodie?
Oh my God, aye. So if anyone follows me on Twitter, see how you can make a bio on Twitter? Like, so
Yeah.
yours would probably be like, tune in to Rangers Radio and have all your links. I didn't know how to really explain myself to people, and I've actually told some of my pals that don't like football, I'm like, don't follow me on Twitter because you're not going to be interested because it's all just football. Like, I don't post anything else. And apart from that steak. But I didn't know how to explain it. So I just kind of deemed myself that bird. That's how I worded it. That bird.
B-U-R-D for the record. B-U-R-D.
Canny cook and I canny spell. But that bird that plays the guitar and sings Ranger songs. So... that's me.
She's a keeper, Oxdear. She's a keeper.
Bridgeman, the man's isn't dead, is it?
Oh, God.
Oh, I've got a great bird. Absolutely, I've got a great bird.
How's she cooking steaks, Bridge?
Top notch, pal. Top notch. It's a brilliant cook. Brilliant.
Oh.
Can't say any more about her. She's just lovely and cooks well.
She can obviously hear you.
A great bird.
She can obviously hear you.
She's standing beside him, mate. She's standing beside him.
She's in watching Coronation Street or whatever else is on. Oh, she's
hovering with intent.
What a bird. I tell you, what a bird. She did well getting me.
Oh. That's not what she told me.
Very modest, Bridge. Very modest.
You were the last man on the last ticket left, mate. That woman's an angel. He's for God's country. He's no comment. Right, brilliant.
No.
Aye, certainly born and bred in Partick, that's for sure.
God's country.
But then quickly moved up to Drumchapel. That's class, eh?
I told you Port Bear, her personality would change through, didn't I?
100%, mate.
Right,
Definitely.
I tell you what we're going to do now. We're going to open up the phone line. So if you get yourself a mute, Fox is going to play with you jingle. Let's hear for the people.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I'll be honest with you, Jodie. You might get more calls about the steak.
I know. Next time I'm on, I'll need to have a new recipe for you. Make it a wee segment.
At least what you done was it wasn't unchristian. Somebody on here put Bisto on his steak.
No.
Yes.
Loving that. Listen, I don't even eat red. I know that's a crime. That's an international war crime.
It's just a rumour. It's just a rumour, Jodie.
It's no a rumour, it's true.
I'm taking the fifth.
Aye. Oh dear. Brilliant. Brilliant. So, obviously you've done the songs with and you've done them at Ibrox for the charity day, yeah?
Yeah. So
yeah. And that
done
was
it for
fantastic.
the big night in, and then I also done it for the sleep out from home.
Right, okay, but Fox done that in 2016. He done it. It seems a long time ago now. He done that, and we raised about $8,000 on here, I believe, when we done it.
Oh my God, that's amazing!
Yeah, we done it. We've been going that long. Fox done it. He was there. Fox, Mount Vernon, one of the boys in the show, George Logan, and Fox might remind me of who else done it. But they done it. 2016, we done it. We usually pick one charity a year, and it was that year, and we raised about $8,000 on here.
That's amazing.
Do you want to know where Fox slept?
Where?
In the dugout.
Oh, did he?
He went in the dugout.
Claiming top spot.
That's where he went, because he couldn't get comfortable in the concrete.
when the Sleep Out from Home that was done this year, I'm pretty sure Rangers Charity Foundation raised like over 50 grand. It was amazing. And it was funny because someone I know that's not on Twitter was like doing the Sleep Out from Home, and they just sent me like a Facebook like, why are you singing on my phone? And I was like, oh, I forgot to tell you, because I never really, it was just a pure spur of the moment thing. Like, I had so much planned with the Rangers Charity Foundation, and then COVID happened, so I couldn't do it. And then they were like, they just randomly messaged me like, hope you're doing well, hope COVID's not affecting you too much. We're doing some things from the house, so we're going to do like the big night in and then the Sleep Out from Home. Do you want to be entertainment? I was like, oh my god, of course I do. I was like chuffed. So it was just, it just kind of happened so fast that I didn't plug it as much on other social media as I did on Twitter. So I forgot to tell so many people. And then I had so many people messaging me like, oh my god, you never told me you were singing. And I was like, you can't escape me. I'm just showing up everywhere.
It was very popular, the amount of hits it had, the amount of people that watched it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And you, by the way, you were excellent. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Funny because I obviously know Simply the Best. I've sang at Ibrox and it's always been a wee bit of a karaoke number for me, but I never knew it on guitar because it's Tina Turner. Like, I didn't want to butcher it. So I was worried about it, but they messaged me saying, we want you to sing at the Simply the Best night in. We want you to open the show and we want you to sing Simply the Best. You know it? And I didn't even know it on guitar. And I was like, yep, I'll learn it. And I literally had like 2 weeks to learn it, but I made it work. I was like, there's no way I'm not doing that. There's no way I'm passing up on that opportunity. So thank God I didn't make an idiot of myself. I hope. But yeah.
No, it was excellent.
I done okay.
It was excellent. It was something else that brought you to the fore, because obviously with this lockdown, people are looking at stuff. They might not always look at and they wouldn't have looked at in the past. You know, they've got other things to do, but people are looking at a lot of different stuff now. And the amount of views that got was pretty frightening.
It was madness. And see the fact like the Rangers Charity Foundation gave me the official footage because it's got their name on it and let me share it. Like, they've helped me massive as well. Like, the fact I was able to post that and the official video, because there were so many people that couldn't make the charity night in or never made it. They were like, oh, I'd love to see you, and the footage was far too long for me to post on Twitter. So they messaged me and were like, listen, you're getting a lot of interest online, here's the video footage and you can post it to YouTube, but it won't get copyrighted. And that was a big deal for me, so I'm very grateful for them for allowing me to do that too.
Mm-hmm. There's a positivity about our club at the moment, and anybody you deal with.
They're honestly so lovely, and I'm not just saying that as a Rangers fan. Like, see the way they handle everything, and they check in on me. Like, I get messages like, hope you're well and hope the singing's good. And I actually have a thyroid issue. I don't know if people can see it. I don't know if you see in the singing videos the size of my neck. I was supposed to get an operation, but because of COVID, I've been left 14 months. And I'm actually supposed to get my thyroid removed, so I won't be able to sing for a while. And I had a bit of a scare, and I was getting referred, and they thought it might have been a tumour, and I was getting all these scans done, and literally the Rangers Charity Foundation checked in on me to see how my CT scans were going, how my health was. They didn't need to do that. What club does that? I'm not like a big thing for them. Do you know what I mean? I'm just a fan that likes to sing, and honestly, they kept in touch with me, and the representatives were so nice. And then see, with COVID going there, I was completely properly handled. I got my temperature scanned. I had to sign forums. My whole guitar get sanitised, like taken off me, sanitised, wiped down. I was in a room myself before the sound guys came in, so it was totally safe. Like, the way they've handled everything is just amazing. And again, this isn't biased. Like, they've been brilliant with the whole situation.
Yeah, we might just have to have a word in 5 young boys' ears, but that's another story. We've been joined by Amanda. Evening, Amanda.
Good evening, how are you? Jodie, I've got a question for you, right?
Yeah, hi.
The night you mentioned you met George Alberts, right? And you said about his left peg. How did you feel after you said it? Like a total blank?
Oh my goodness, like, I couldn't. I literally, like, see, after I sang, I was invited in. I was invited in, obviously, to watch the event and stuff, but I had to leave because I was working the next day as well. So I left quite early, and I literally got into the car and I phoned my dad and I went, Dad, I'm such a brass neck, I'm so sorry, this is why. I was so embarrassed. And see, he just laughed.
Well, I never got to that night because I was actually in hospital. You're talking about your surgery. I was actually on that day, the Liverpool Legends game, getting mine.
But yeah, it was... He just laughed it off and he was so polite, but I was like, why did I say that? Why couldn't I just be normal and said thank you? Just say thank you.
I'll give you a laugh. One day we were at Hampden for one of the finals one year, and Amoruso was going up the stairs, and it was after they'd finished playing with us, right? And I laughed and said to my dad, look at his trousers, they're lovely, aren't they? His bum cheeks were having a fight getting up the stairs, and my dad says, you behave yourself.
Honestly,
I just couldn't help. I just went, oh, look at that.
Honestly, that's what I'm trying to get the guys on the show continue, because I say the daftest things.
Oh, brilliant.
I know, but do you know, your songs are amazing, because I've actually just cottoned on to your music the last few weeks, because I come onto your Facebook thing the other night. You were doing a live session on Facebook the other week, and I'd come on. Your music definitely helped me.
Thank you.
I mean, I've been basically, I'm waiting on another op, but I had one last year when you were doing the Liverpool game, the Legends game, and that's how I never got to it, because I was in getting my surgery. But no, I think your music's fantastic, Jodie, and keep it going, because it's fantastic. It really is. And I'll go now and let other callers come on, but just we are the people. Here we go.
Thank you.
Okay, see you later. Bye. Bye.
There you go, Jodie. See,
that was lovely.
Yeah.
I never even say I hope she's okay, because I know that she's waiting on another.
She's been going through a bit of a hard time for a while, yeah.
So, I hope she's okay, and I know what it's like. Like, I was worried, like, as well with it being my thyroid and my voice. I was like, oh, great, I'm never going to sing again. I was actually crying to my boyfriend, like, I can't just play the guitar. I'm not good enough. I can't do it without singing. He's like, oh, you'll be fine. I'm like, I'm going to need to learn piano. But I know what it's like, especially with this COVID. I've been postponed, and if anyone is struggling, like, I've actually got a campaign that I've wrote a song about mental health and stuff, so I'll post that on my YouTube shortly, and if anyone is struggling, anyone can message me. Like, I just, as you can see, I don't shut up, so if anyone needs a chat, they can always speak to me.
She can sing, she can dance, she can cook. What do you think, Portbear?
Aye, mate, absolutely fantastic girl, and what a gesture to put herself out there for when we do all know it's tough times, whatever people are struggling with mental health. You know my thoughts on it, mate. I think this pandemic's, just the start of it. I think after this, I think we're going to have a big problem in Scotland with mental health, because I don't think we've got enough, institutes out there to help people. So it's good that Jodie's putting herself out there to offer that out, and I'm glad she's wrote a song about it as well. She's some girl, mate, some girl.
You should be helping her, Port. You should be helping her.
Oh, I should, especially my job, mate, eh?
Talking about the singing.
Oh,
Nobody cooking, mate. I've seen his steaks.
The ones with the Bisto.
The Bisto kid. That was true. I think it was actually fillet as well, from memory. Absolutely butchered them. No pun intended.
Oh my goodness, fillet is so dear. Right, so I'm glad I don't eat red meat, because I'd be skint. Like, it's so expensive. I was glad he picked a sirloin. I was like, pick what you want, but maybe not that one.
You got it as a bargain. You got it
for a week.
Let's just say the cow was out of date.
Aye.
Somebody might have borrowed one of them and gave him another one. But he butchered it. That was unbelievable. We've never seen anything like it.
No.
Anyway, but Jodie, you've got to take... I don't know if you realise what you're doing for some people, because, your personality, you're so down to earth, and people are starting to get to know you, the person, but people are clinging on to your music because we're not getting to the games, and Rangers are important to a lot of people. And you're filling a void for some people.
Oh, well, if I'm helping anyone in any way, that's so lovely. Like, I just love Rangers and I just want to sing songs, but I've had people message, like, just on Twitter there, I got a message saying someone, like, this girl's pregnant, and she messaged me saying I couldn't feel my baby, like, move, and she was worrying. and she put on my Kamara song, and our baby, she's having a wee boy, started kicking. She's like, oh, I can already tell he loves the Rangers. And I'm like, I know that's obviously not because of me, but just hearing those stories, I'm like, oh, thanks so much for letting me know. But yeah, like, just, I'm literally so boring though. Like, people are like, oh, they talk to me and I'm like, I literally do nothing. I sit and play Rangers songs and guitar. I sing. I do my boyfriend's not in constantly. And I watch the football. That's like literally about it. And I play Football Manager. And I'm also like Steven Gerrard. I'm unbeaten with Rangers so far. So just getting that out there. Like, I could be the next manager. Like, I know what I'm doing.
I think we might try and get you on here regular, because I think once she, as we say about Amanda, once she gets out of the shyness, she'll be fine on here, Port there.
Aye, Jodie's come across shy, not.
Oh,
She's doing very well, mate. She's doing very well.
When you done the Simply the Best song and you done it at Ibrox for the first time, did you imagine the crowd being there?
See, if that was, I think it would just be a emotion. Like, I'd go for it and I'd sing, and then after it I'd probably cry buckets just because the feeling. But that would be a dream, like the full of the stadium just there and me singing, and then if people singing along with me, that's just like, anyone that sings just wants that. Like, even if it's not a football sense, they just want to sing songs and have people sing back. So if I could do that for obviously the club I love, and then all the fans join in, that would be one of the proudest moments of my life. So maybe one day.
You would have us all greeting because we know you know.
I know. Oh, I'm if I cry at everything, by the way.
Bridge is your crier. He cried at Bambi, didn't you, Bridge?
Absolutely. I'm very emotional.
See the video that Rangers put out, and it was Steven Gerrard's
This is the
son.
Vodafone voicemail service for 0779666.
Yeah, so if that video that Rangers put up and it was Steven Gerrard's son and then straight on to Walter Smith, I was crying for ages. I was like, oh my God, that's so cute. He's like, well done, Daddy. That's me. I was away. Floods of tears, that's me.
So, have you thought about doing a song for 55, or are you don't want to jinx it?
I mean, I can't really say I don't want to jinx it, considering in the We Love Your Rangers song I sing, I'm like, one is 5, but it's probably something we've got in the cards. I know that Davey's got a few things up his sleeve, so might have something in the works. Someone actually commented as well in the comments, you need to get a Ryan Jack song. We are working that out as well, so we spoiler, we are trying to get something sorted.
Well, I've got a challenge for you as well. I think when all this is sorted out, there should be a Stephen Davis testimonial, Rangers versus Northern Ireland.
He's like a fine wine.
Stephen Davis should have a song and a testimonial.
Yeah.
And maybe Jodie Follett could sing it at the game.
Good idea, Doc. Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. I got distracted.
Bob Ger, carry on. Bob Ger.
Oh, there anyway.
We've been joined by Bob Ger. Evening, Bob Ger.
Good evening, Ox. How you doing? What an interesting conversation with Jodie there.
Well,
good evening, Jodie.
Music's a big passion of yours, Bob Ger, eh?
Oh, aye. I just say Terminal Rolling Stones look-alike. It's played for 50 years. And it's good to talk to a fellow musician. It's good to talk to someone that does actually play these days. They're not a glorified karaoke well. We're going. So good on you, and good on you and your affiliation with Rangers as well. Yeah. I mean, I've had to date in the musical ability because I look anything but Elvis. Yeah. The only knickers I ever got flung at me was my granny's bloomers to hang out in the washing line. So there you go. Aye, nice to hear your dulcet tones, and enjoyed the songs, especially the one about Glenn Kamara.
Thank you.
I think Glenn, like yourself, I think Glenn Kamara is a fantastic player.
Bob, tell Jodie, you played in a tribute band for how long?
Oh, I didn't play in a tribute.
No, a tribute band. That was a wrong choice of words, but.
But well, what were called tumbling dice. Tumbling. If you're going to go on YouTube and look at it, it's tumbling dice, not tumbling.
Okay.
And you'll see us doing a Georgia Satellite song, and you'll see me doing Wild Horses, the old Stones classic.
Oh, brilliant.
And aye, you know, and you'll see me, I'm about as fat as Susan Boyle. Well, not quite. Yeah. So I didn't care if I want to win the lottery, her drawers full of 20 pences, but never mind. No, it's to a tribute. It's you know, there is a big music community where I live here in Alloa, and we're all sort of a part of the British R&B scene. We all juggle about with songs like bands like, I don't know if you've heard of them, like 9 Below Zero and Dr. Feelgood, all good raunchy stuff, you know. And as far as we're all concerned, Oasis were only playing it. Sorry, Bridgeman, didn't mean to insult your heroes. No, they weren't working on Monday. I was. But yeah, aye, nice to hear you, Hen. I was like to me, always enjoyed that. They actually got that.
You've got a picture in my head of Susan Boyle and Bob mixed in.
That song was written with a guy called Guy Mitchell. My mother seen him in the Alhambra in Glasgow for 1 and 6. Believe it or not.
Big star from the past, Guy Mitchell. Big star.
Singing the blues, aye. He was a big star.
That was his version of it. Yep, he sung it as well.
A very big star. I used to whistle the solo and singing the blues, aye. And there our Jodie's brought it to the fore, was singing about our beloved Rangers. So, there we go. Anyway, everybody all right tonight, yeah?
Yeah, good, Bob, Chad. Good, Bob, Chad.
Yeah, good. I'm going to have to be brief here because of you know what. DUGS.
Listen, mate, we'll let you go because we're going to have another tune for Jodie in a second. But great to hear from you, yeah?
Brilliant and great to hear from you, and enjoy the rest of your evening. And you look that up on YouTube. It's TUMBLIN.
Okay,
no tumbling. If you do tumbling, you will get the Stones. Okay. And they're better looking at us. Right, all the best.
Take care, Bob, mate.
Bye-bye now.
Oh, dear.
What a man.
Oh, dear. There you go, Jodie. A music critic on here, Rangers Radio.
I know. There we go.
Bob, the Simon Gill, eh?
That's me. See if I get the buzzer.
Bob, dear. Guy Mitchell, 1956. Oh.
I'll need to have a look at it, tumbling, but without the G.
Right, we'll be having a look at it. Right, so we're going to go to Simply the Best when we go to the tune. And was it one of your favourite songs at Ibrox, or did you have a favourite before you started developing them?
My favourite ever Rangers song is Blue Sea of Ibrox. I just love it. I just loved singing it. But I've a memory that will always stick with my dad and me is we were getting beat 2-0 by Clyde when I was younger. And as I said, I would go to the games with them. And we're getting beat, like we're not playing well at all. I can't even remember how old I was, but I got up, stood on top of the chair, and I didn't even face the park. I faced the fans and started singing Follow, Follow. And my dad's like, oh, here we go, here she goes again. Like, yous might all laugh tonight, but they need to live with this. So, man, I literally turned round and we still lost. We lost 2-1, but we scored. And I think it's because, no, I'm kidding on, it's not because of me. But I literally turned round. I must have only been about 6 or 7. Got up in the chair. My dad tells everyone. Turned round, faced the crowd and started singing, though the streets be brought in.
It sounds as if your old man's got a lot to put up with.
Oh my God, I am hard work, but it's good. We bat heads. Like, my dad doesn't realise how good he had it as well. He grew up through all the great times, so I used to get annoyed when he'd sit and slate the players and stuff because obviously he had it good. So we argue a lot watching the football together. Like, I don't know if anyone else at home, like, if you are, like, let me know, but I actually put a tweet up and it was funny. Me and my dad had fell out one night during the football. So he's watching it in the living room and I was watching it on Sky on my laptop in the room. But you get a lag with your laptop. And he was purposely shouting pure loud if we lost the ball, if we scored, just because I was behind. And then I remember he wouldn't shut up. And then I remember people were like, oh, I tweeted about it and people were like, go make up your old man. And then I remember Arfield scored. It was a European game and he went, you coming in now, pal? And then we watched the game together. So it brought us back together, the fact that Rangers won. So they need to keep on this form so we don't fall out anymore.
Brilliant. Right, we're going to go with that Guy Mitchell song at 9 o'clock now. And we're going to hear Jodie singing the blues.
Well, I've never felt more like singing the blues when Rangers put 5 past Dean Andrews. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. When McAvenny scored the first, the beggars thought it was the first of many. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. It didn't take long to realise when Super Ali equalised. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. Then up stepped Super A. It was a 30-yarder all the way. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. Well, I've never felt more like singing the blues when Rangers put 5 past Dean Andrews. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. Then Andrews claimed he couldn't see when Super Ali made it 3. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. The Ibrox fans, well, they wanted more when Kevin Drinkle made it 4. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. Well, I've never felt more like singing the blues when the Rangers put 5 past Dean Andrews. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. Well, Ibrox Park, it came alive when the bold Mark Walters, he made it 5. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. When Billy McNeil went home that night, he said to his wife, the Celtic are shy. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. Well, I never felt more like singing the blues when Rangers put 5 past Dean Andrews. Oh, Rangers, you got me singing the blues. You got me singing the blues.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Oh dear, you're getting tight. You're getting tight in the chat, Port Bear. Oh dear, makes a change for me. Bridgeman, your favourite bit? Bridge?
Yes, pal. Shouting. My favourite bit.
That's him just sat down now for dancing.
That was brilliant. Absolutely
excellent. Heel toe, here we go.
Can you believe it?
You like that number, Bridge?
Very, very good. Well done, of course. Well done. Superb stuff. And the Rangers' names all the way through it, so that's what matters.
I know.
My arithmetic's right. That game was 10 years before you were born.
Yeah. But as I said, my dad brought me up right, so I've watched all the classics, watched all the documentaries about everything. I know literally everything inside out. So as I said, like, I was. Do you want to hear something funny? I know I keep bringing it up, right?
Go on then. We're always up for funny.
If he's listening, Jordan, that's my wee brother. I love you to bits, but this was hilarious. Me and my dad were screaming our heads off watching the football, right? I'm shouting and swearing, like the mouth on me can be filthy at times. I do apologise. Right?
Jodie.
Don't believe that.
We're shouting and swearing, watching the football, and my wee brother walked in and he went, "I just got new fluffy bedding." And my dad just looked and went, "Why is this backwards?" Because him and his girlfriend had just been out to the shops and like we're getting stuff for the room and got this new bedding, and I'm sitting shouting at Tav because he's done a horrible cross. It's honestly backwards.
He's gone on his fluffy bedding.
He's gone on about his fluffy bedding because it was cold.
Sorry, Jordan, for laughing, son.
Poor Jordan's going to go into work tomorrow. They'll be talking about fluffy bedding. Talking about fluffy bedding. Guys,
I love you to bits, Jordan, but that was
Paisley. Evening, Jim.
He going.
Evening, Jim.
Aye, is it steak now? Steak, yeah.
Oh yeah, the steak I made.
Aye. Here, Jodie, you're cutting my grass here. I'm the cocktail. I'm the buffet king here. That's all this. Here, Jodie. Jodie, I saw that same video as you. See the end of it? And Gordon Ramsay's about the cocktail sticks with the cheese, and the pineapple, and the onion on them. That is my.
But just to let you know, Jodie, Jim's in charge of the buffet when we won 55. That's his job.
That's fine. I promise I'll be preoccupied singing. I probably won't be cooking any steak.
Yeah, how do I have there? Jodie, you've got a seat full of steaks now. We were going to... And it's not happening, I'll tell you right now, Oakshire, it's not happening. That freezer's full of sausage rolls. And all the other vol-au-vents and frozen pieces now.
And all the spam in the cupboard.
All the classics. We're prepared for 55. Jim, what do you think? Jim, on a serious note, what do you think of Jodie's songs, mate?
Oh, fantastic. Listen, Jodie, I must admit, you don't mind me saying this, I've been following you on YouTube, you know, and you do brighten my day up on a sad Wednesday afternoon.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much.
Jim's one of our characters. He's very, very dry as well, Jim. Good
he's funny though. He's made me laugh.
Oh, he is funny. Very funny.
And I'll tell you what, sausage rolls and buffets are better. I went to an event with my work once, and it was like it was a big manager's night out, and they put on a fancy spread. And I mean, I'm from Glasgow, and I'm like a scheme goblin, I'm not going to lie. So I'm not eating anything fancy, right? And I thought this was a potato croquette, and I can't stand fish. And I bit into it, and it was like salmon. And I thought it was a potato croquette, and I didn't know how to politely spit it out, so I pretended.
You always have a napkin, Jodie. Always have a napkin.
So I had to walk about with a salmon in my mouth for ages, and then had to find a napkin and spit it out. So honestly, stick with the sausage rolls. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
That's what I always say, Jodie. Aye, absolutely. Aye. Because you're feeding the plebs anyway. They don't know what they're eating. If they're a couple of babies doing nothing, you know what I mean?
Jim, you better not let us down. You're under a lot of pressure.
It's all sorted. Don't worry about it.
Right. What's your favourite Jodie song so far, mate?
Cha-cha-cha-cha. No, I must admit, I like the Kamara one. That was I've never heard that one before, Jodie. I liked it. Fantastic. All good. Everything's good. You're not doing anything wrong as far as I can see.
Hopefully it continues. Don't want to disappoint.
Brilliant. She stole the show tonight, Jim, didn't she?
Oh, absolutely. That's it. Aye. Yeah, do you drink with Amanda by any chance?
They're two of my shy lassies, Jim, eh?
I know.
Imagine trying a word in Edgeways Bridge.
Oh,
yeah.
Jeez.
What was that, Port Bear?
I'm watching Amanda and Jodie trying a word in Edgeways.
Oh, say no more. In fact, I'm going for a break right now.
Oh, poor Jodie's getting it now.
No.
Oh, but Jim, she's been a breath of fresh air. Her personality's shone through. I don't know what it's been when you've been listening. Have you felt the same as me?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I was happy listening. You know, I said, I wonder if I should phone, and the boy answered the phone, and I said to him, listen, you don't have to put me through, I'm quite happy just listen in here, but well, I was lucky enough he did phone me back, which is fantastic. It's nice to speak to you, Jodie.
It was lovely
nice to speak to you.
Thanks for calling.
Right, Jim Bob, you look after yourself. Speak to you soon.
And you. All the best. All the best.
All the best, Jim, mate. Cheers.
Oh, what a man.
I'm glad Ox for getting to speaking to her before she was mega famous, but always doesn't forget us, mate. You know what I mean? when she's filling Hampden.
We keep our Jodie Pollock tattoos tomorrow, me and you, yeah?
Aye. I have not much space left, mate, but I'll find a space, mate. Don't you worry.
Oh, you can get like a guitar on one arm and then a stake on the other.
My homage to Jodie Pollock.
Oh man.
Oh, you've got to laugh. Your story show, your stakes. Your poor boyfriend, he'll be getting slaughtered in work. Your brother, he'll be getting the more of his fucking.
I know, I'm flinging everyone in it, aren't I?
Your old man's had it. Yep. You've gave your old man it tight. Anybody else you want to fling under the bus?
No, my mum makes a brilliant roast dinner, so well in, Mum. You're the woman of the hour.
Also, Oxgear, great feedback for the YouTube guys or the YouTube loyal. They're all absolutely loving having Jodie on. All great comments in there as well. So again, you, Jodie, well done, pal.
Right, okay. Look, we'll be messages. The man, one of the guys that come on the show, he's busy at the moment, but he sent me a question, Jodie. We've got a Hummer for 55, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it started off with 16s. I think there's about 116s in it now, but then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. He's asking, can Jodie bring her guitar in the Hummer that night when we win 55?
I'll be there and see if it's got the wee roof bit. I'll stick out the top of the roof with my guitar and we'll get me a megaphone or something. Live my pure shouting.
I think you're going to have to get a fleet of Hummers.
I know.
a double digger, double digger Hummer or something. You get, mate.
Oh, brilliant! 55's the thing. It's on everybody's tongue at the moment, eh?
Yeah. It's just. I can't imagine the scenes. It's going to be mental. Like, I don't think I know we're all talking about it, but I don't think anyone's actually properly prepared for how wild it's going to be. But I'll need to think of a new dish. I'll need to make a menu, a 55
menu. Sorry, Jodie, we've been joined by Ian. Evening, Ian.
Hi, Ian.
Evening, how you doing?
All right,
how you doing, Jodie?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm just saying you're an absolute inspiration and your singing is second to none, honestly.
Oh, thank you so much.
I've listened to you a few times. You're brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And your Conor Goldstein one and your Glenn Kamara, what can I say?
Hopefully it catches on and people sing them. They like
it. I'm in BS3, so hopefully the mental patients in BS1 might catch on to it.
I remember I sat in BS. Well, no, sat, you stand for the full game, but when I was in school, I was seeing a guy and he had his season ticket in BF1 and he was like, come with me. He got me a ticket, managed to get a ticket off someone, and I came, and I was 15 or 16, and I was covered in bruises. I remember I got proper flung about seeing in Barcelona, and honestly, I get flung about. It was great. So I was with him and his pal and me, and I was the seat behind, and I was like, no, it's fine, I'll sit behind, don't worry. But I was in between two hefters of guys. I mean, they were trying to look after me, but I get flung
like
about.
Bruisers.
Bruises were worth it. They were so worth it.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, honestly. As I said, I'm in BS3, right? And I've come back home to a European night and an old firm, black and blue, honest to God. When it recognises, I'm with six for the front, and honestly, I think Rangers scored and ended up near enough in Alan McGregor's arse. Or something. It felt like goalkeeper's arse. That's how, honest to God, mental.
It's amazing though, innit?
Oh, but I'm just loving this season. It's just absolutely fantastic.
Brilliant name, brilliant. But Jodie's captured the good mood that the Rangers support are feeling at the moment. Ian.
Oh, of course, definitely. And their songs are class. And our boyfriend must be up to high dough listening to that constantly. But you know what? He's a Celtic man.
No, I'll tell you, right, this is how bad I am. So when I met Sean, I wasn't actually the nicest to him when I first met him. I need to be honest. I maybe won't show
that. You're not going to throw him under the bus.
Treat them mean, keep them keen.
No, well, I was. He lives in Ardrossan and I live in Glasgow, right? And I used to work in bars and nightclubs and stuff, and my old boss took over a nightclub in Largs and asked me to work a GBX event because he never had enough staff and I used to be charge hand, so he was like, you can run the upstairs. Sean was absolutely out his tree and he came up to me and he's like, what's your name? And I was like, I'm not telling you my name, I'm busy, who are you? Like, I was so cheeky. He went, tell us your name. And I went, I'm not telling you my name. And he's like, just tell us your name. And I went, if you want my name, you're going to need to buy a drink. So he went, 4 cans of Strongbow, what's your name? And I went, Jodie. And he went, well, I need your surname. And I went, well, you're going to need to buy another drink. So he bought 4 shots of Sambuca and that's how he got my name. And then I've been with him ever since. So he done all right, but I did message him. He asked to
4 Strongbow and 4 Sambuca, come on. That's
he asked to take me out and stuff, and I went, do you like football? And he was like, yeah. And I went, what team do you support? And he went, Rangers. And I was like, okay, I'm free next Saturday.
Brilliant. You know what?
Your dad's brought you up well, pal.
Have you enjoyed listening to Jodie tonight, Ian?
Oh, absolutely. I've seen her a few times on the Facebook and that, mate, honestly, but just on the subject of things that, remembering things that your father, my old man brought me into the Rangers and that, I mean, and I remember when I was young, must be about, can't remember what age now, he's like, here you go, son, there's 5 green crackers. Eat those 5 green crackers, then Whistle the Willy Boys will give you a $5. Do you know what? I done it. He still owes me a $5 this day. I tell you not, honestly, I kid you not.
Brilliant.
But I was brought up at Drumchapel about Big Stephen McPherson's. Obviously, my uncle was the past master in the lodge and that there. So, in Drumchapel, Alistair Ross.
Brilliant, mate. Listen, mate, we've got some more callers coming in, right?
Not a problem. Well, do you know what? I'll go and I'll free up the lines so everybody else can get on and give everybody else a shot. All right, guys. Jodie, look forward to more of your songs, though. You keep it real.
Thank you so much.
We are the people. Good night. God bless people.
Bye.
Looking forward to 55. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Stole the show tonight, Jodie. Jimmy's song, the song about Jimmy Spears, yeah?
Yep.
A very emotional song, and we played that song for a few years before it took off at Ibrox. A very emotional song, eh? Did you know the story behind Jimmy Spears?
Yeah, I knew it. And then obviously the Union Bears done their campaign, sing for the boys the t-shirts and stuff. And again, stuck at home, had nothing to do. And I was like, the guitar's beautiful in it. So I was like, I want to give it a go. And I tried it. And I mean, the original's honestly unreal. And I just wanted to give like my support and like just for remembrance. And yeah, I done a cover of it and it done well. But it's just, I done again some video footage. And there's actually real footage of like the war and that, and see watching it, it's really emotional to see. And he didn't need to, he was exempt from obviously going to the war, and he still done his country. So it's on about like see anyone, if you're listening, if you're in the service, if you're in like the armed forces or if you're a veteran, like honestly I take my hat off to you, because it's not easy. But that story just resonated with me, so I tried my best. I gave it a go and I had a wee sing song.
Brilliant. Obviously it came to the fore in the 90th anniversary in 2017, but Jimmy obviously played for us. He played for Scotland, Clyde, United as well, but he famously scored the winning goal, Portmore, for Bradford City in the 1911 FA Cup final. There's a bit of knowledge for you, Porter.
There you go. Every day a school day, mate. Every day a school day.
Yep. It's a great story, a true story, and obviously Jodie's right. He didn't have to go to the war.
Yep.
And he chose, and it's a very emotive song. And we're going to hear Jodie Pollock singing Jimmy's song.
western line. They swear their allegiance to country and to king, proud as the football songs they sing. A boy sees his hero, says, hey, that's Jimmy Spears. He should be playing football, he's no need to be here. But Jimmy smiled politely, it's my duty, nothing more. Boys, we've a bigger goal to score. Sing for the boys, sing for them all sent to fight till the last soldier falls. Sing for the boys, row after row, destined to lie where the red poppies grow. The boys land in Flanders, their journey's just begun. Jimmy swapped his football for a bayonet and gun. The songs the crowds were singing, still ringing in his ears, as he fought as a loyal volunteer. When the army marches homeward singing songs along their way, Jimmy won't be with them. Where he fell is where he'll stay. The Great War is over, it's no 90-minute game. 4 years, 3 months and 14 days. Sing for the boys, sing for them all sent to fight till the last soldier falls. Sing for the boys, row after row, destined to lie where the red poppies grow.
Wow.
Thank you.
Bridgeman.
Absolutely wonderful. Great to listen to. Well done. Thank you for that. Thank you.
By the way, I've got you on, Bridgeman. See that 1911 Cup final? Was it a good goal he scored?
Well, I was just about to tell you that just before the song started. I certainly wasn't at that game, unfortunately.
Oh, brilliant! It's a great song, Jodie. Very obviously it gets played a lot around about Remembrance Day. It's very emotive for a lot of people. It tells a great story.
Yeah. So just to anyone, so as I said, anyone that's in the forces, veterans, and to absent friends, it's a song that you listen to and it just makes you think. So it's lovely to sing.
Aye, excuse me. It's one of them songs, Oxtear, and it just gets a wee lump in your throat, and you think about a lot of people. And I think, in fact, I love acoustic music. I've got a guitar, and I just think everything sounds better acoustic. Though, if you agree, Jodie, I mean, every song that I just think a guitar, some one person singing, does it for me, and I love it. And that was just a great, rendition of that song, Jodie. Aye. Thanks very much.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought a great song and a great version, Jodie.
Thank you.
And people, you'll get asked to sing that song at various places for the rest of your life, Jodie. You know that?
Yeah, honestly, it's so lovely to play, and that was one of the, not the hardest songs to sing, but it's obviously it's a higher range, and I can sing high, but I like to sing in my accent. I don't really like, I don't know if people notice, but I don't really put on like an Americanized accent in anything I do. You can't tell, like, I'm Glaswegian. So
can you do it better that way?
Yeah, I can sing, like, obviously, as I said, I've done theatre school, so I can.
Come on, let's hear your American accent then.
Oh God, wait.
American Pie. That's quite American.
I just feel like I'm going to do it Scottish, right, to sing. Bye, Miss American Pie. Roll my Chevy to the levee and the levee was dry.
Cha-cha-cha-cha.
Whereas you can't really go, so bye, Miss American Pie.
No, it just sounds horrible.
It's not the same. So
I
luckily
think
for the
when you
football
cut your
songs, I get away
album-
with it.
When you and Bridge cut your album, your first song, Islands in the Stream, then American Pie with Bridge doing cha-cha-cha-cha. I think that's going to be a big seller next Christmas. What do you think, what?
Oh, Simon Kilby chasing the two of them.
Jodie, big game coming up, and we've not talked about it yet, but usually we'll be talking about the game that's coming up. What's your views and what's happening on Thursday? Big game.
It's massive. I see, to be honest, even when I watched the draw, I was happy. Not obviously it could have been better, but it could have been worse. So I am happy with the draw, and I think we'll get a result. I just really love the way we're playing European football. I don't know about yous, but the European football we're playing just now is something else. So I don't know. I think they'll be up for it, and I don't know your opinions, right? Because I know that some teams, like, they look at the aspect of, when you're out of Europe, there's less games to play. But do you not think Rangers perform better when we've got more games? I just feel like the more pressure we've got and the more games we play, I feel like the team are right up for it. I don't know about you, what your thoughts are or what the listeners' thoughts are, but yeah, I just feel like we play better under the pressure and the heavy schedule. So
well,
I'm excited
our
for
form
it.
was definitely better. Well, been joined by young Jordan. Evening, Jordan.
Even panel, all right.
I freaked out there in case it was my wee brother Jordan moaning about the fluffy bed sheets.
Jordan,
Jodie, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, Jordan?
Good, not bad. I was watching a wee video of you on YouTube there. You're really good, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
You don't like fluffy bed sheets, do you, mate? It's just the Jordan bit, you know. I didn't know that.
I know. Is it a thing?
Jordan, have you enjoyed the song tonight with Jodie?
I have, yes. Very
different show for
very
us.
Entertaining to say the least.
She's been class. She's thrown her whole family and her boyfriend under the bus.
Oh God, I know. Class. I'm gonna get packed out the house and wake up single tomorrow, I think.
We ain't seen you turn your phone back on.
I know.
Ping.
Thank God
what I will say
he's
is
on the
you've not said a word against your mother, so you'll be all right.
She's a good woman.
What's on your mind, Jordan?
On all these headlines tonight, obviously with the COVID thing, and then there's something about a brand partnership tonight. I think this is the media trying it on again because they were so close to the title. They're trying to get as many negative headlines in about it as possible.
I think so.
I've noticed this the past couple of days. I knew this was going to happen, to be fair.
I don't think it's surprised any of us. I mean, Mr. Spears was out today having a pop at us, and what a surprise! Yeah, we'll take our own counsel and do the right thing and say the right thing at the right time. Also, I mean, Mr. Jackson came out with a story yesterday about 15 minutes before Celtic put their accounts out to herd their nearly 31 million deficit in last year. We're no silly, mate. We can see right through the agenda. And we just have to hold our own counsel, stick to our task, and everything will be all right. Jodie?
What, sorry?
Did you hear the question about the media trying to...
Oh, it's an absolute joke. Like, it's just... What I don't understand is how... I don't know if people saw as well, like, was it Sturgeon and she was dead harsh on the football, and it's like, well, what about when they took 60 players to Dubai? Not that we want to be, like, tit for tat and comparing, and like it's inexcusable. Like,
maybe she could stop one of her own MPs travelling up and down the country when she was positive with COVID. That would be a start.
Honestly, it's like
good job, mate.
There's mistakes all across the board. I mean, you've had the Aberdeen 8, you've had people car sharing, you've had Bolingoli flying away, you've had them going to Dubai, and the minute, like, see with the whole Jones and Edmondson thing with us. We investigated that. We worked with the police. We cooperated. Yeah, there's youth players, but see when she's saying football clubs need to rally together, I saw someone make a comment, and it's not. I don't condone it, and they shouldn't be. They've got rules. They're in elite sports. They are in a privilege, so they should know better. But do you think Steven Gerrard and his team and the management, the board, can keep 24-hour surveillance on the players?
No.
And it's the way they condemn the football club at times. It's honestly, like, this is, you can see the chirpy Jodie's away now. I'm not laughing anymore.
It's simple. It's simple for me, Jordan. It really is, mate. Don't buy, don't click. Yeah, we struggle because sometimes we need to read stuff to see what the opposition are saying and for stories. Don't buy, don't give them house room, and don't let them out.
I won't belong to all these rags are right anyway. And when we lift that title this season, you'll not hear people at that mob, especially when that Puppet Peter Libel, as I like to call him, is at the SFA. I think things will be a lot better then. You wouldn't hear as much negativity, to be fair.
There's going to be a seed change, Jordan, and we'll all enjoy it, mate. Do you want a last word for Jodie? We'll get some more callers coming in, mate. Do you want a last word for Jodie before you go, mate? Oh, do you hear me?
Hello?
Jordan. Yeah, before we'll get some more callers coming in. Do you want
no.
Shout out with Jodie before you go?
No, listen, Jodie, I'll maybe give you a wee subscription on YouTube, all right? But I'll
amazing.
Look out for me, your videos, all right? Listen,
thank you so much.
Take care, guys. We are the people. No surrender.
Cheers, Jordan. Speak to you soon, guys.
Thank you.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.
Man. Jodie, you're obviously you're just a couple of years below me at school, so what the generation. what is it we used?
What a shocker that guy is!
What did I say to start the show? I'm part of the young team tonight.
What's I going to say, Jodie?
You're every bit as much a shocker as well, you.
What's your spin on the media? Because we can see right through it.
Aye, it's literally just clickbait in it, and it's just people jibing to get reactions. And I mean, we sing "Nobody Likes Us, We Don't Care." We should stick by that. We don't care. Like, let them talk away and do the one. Of course, I have to relate it to singing again, but honestly, like, it's just a lot. I've had enough. It's kind of like my whole view on the media, the same way with COVID. I don't read anything anymore. I've just out of sight, out of mind. Just focus on what's important. The league getting it over the line. Don't let any negative things get to the players, get in their head, think they've let the club down. Like, just focus on 55. That's all we need.
Speaks a lot of sense.
We'll be joined by Blue Star, who back in the day when they got your gig in Joanna's. There's a blast for the past. How we doing, Blue Star?
Not bad. Sorry you mentioned Joanna's. I remember decorating it whenever I was in it.
I had a few nights in there my time, mate, but that's another story.
Oh, I bet you did. You were talking about the media, Ox. You hit the nail on the head, mate. We all see through it. Don't get me wrong. We don't condone what supposedly 4 of them done, but 2 of them are in our squad. The other 2 are only young boys, really. But at the end of the day, as Jodie says there, you can't. Our managers, I know for a fact, after every single training session, are told to watch themselves on their way home, who they're mixing with, etc., etc. And it's one of these things. If somebody goes to a party or they go for a drink or whatever else, we've all been there, and it's life. But they're in a privileged position. They shouldn't have done it. Blah, blah. You let the press go on with it. All we're interested in is getting a title, and then that just shuts them all up. Jodie, on that one, see when Port Bear mentioned to you there about can you do the American accent when you're singing?
Mm-hmm.
You ever find it weird how, I mean, I play the guitar myself, I've done for years, but you never think it's weird how you'll get likes of groups like ABBA or any foreign groups. You would never know they're foreign when they're singing.
I know, it's so strange. Like, people say it, like, people are like, why do you change your accent? The simple being is, do you want me to sing, like, hallelujah? Like, hallelujah. Like, you can't. So it must just be, I think I saw there was a video about a music teacher explaining this, and it's apparently Americans elongate their vowels. So obviously when you're singing a song and...
Bridge had to go to the doctors about that. Oh, that was your bowels, Bridge, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely about my bowels. Absolutely, yeah.
Comedians had a famous thing when they used to think the Scots accent was easy. Actually, the easiest accent in the world is the American accent. Yeah. But I always think it's mega weird how, I mean, you go back to like ABBA. If you get the blonde lassie Agnetha, I mean, she couldn't speak a word of English when they sang their first 5 or 6 number ones. She couldn't speak English, but she learned the songs in English, obviously to get them sold. And then after they chucked it, she went back to speaking Swedish. She couldn't speak another word of English. It's only recently she started speaking English again. But I say when you hear foreigners,
who did
but
speak
when
English?
when you hear, I always think it's mental how when you hear foreigners singing, honestly, because it's an English overall language, you would never know they were foreign. Do you know what I mean? I always think that's mega weird.
To be fair,
But it was just when they actually, it was just when, okay, no, but you know what I mean.
We'll need to put it to the
But
test.
no, your songs are good, Jodie, and you've got your songs are good, and your wee voice is cracking, hen. So keep it up.
Yeah, thanks so much.
No, generation.
Folks, the Glenn Kamara one's terrific, isn't it?
Brilliant.
That's one of my favourites.
Brilliant.
He runs miles and Mo Farah. I like that. That's a brilliant.
I know.
That's class, by the way. That is absolute class.
Oh, that's.
Blue Star. On you go, mate. On you go, Paul.
No, Jodie, just a point to Jodie. Just you were saying there, Jodie, about singing in different accents. But Blue Star was saying, I think we're singing it in our own language, and you hear the Scottish coming through. I think being Scottish myself, and all the Bears and that are all, Scotland affiliated somehow. I think you can relate to it, if that makes sense.
I know.
If it was some American singing it, you'd probably a bit cheesy. But
it'd be the same if it was he fires the ball like an arrow.
Exactly. So, this is a personal thing.
To be fair, Port, when you hear us, me, Bridge, Blue Star and Jodie, you must think we sound all posh.
Oh, you are posh. You are posh. You are posh to me.
Oh, thank you, Port. Thank you.
No, you just keep yourself over at Bridge Manor. You're away above posh, you. He lives in a manor, by the way, Jodie. He's got a motor in his house, Jodie, over Bridge Man.
Nice and fast.
Oh, aye, we've got a Title 55 arranged at his house.
He's got a moat round his house, and I'm pretty sure about 20 minutes ago I called myself a scheme goblin. You can see the difference.
Hey, there's nothing about a scheme goblin, mate.
So let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Here's a bit of a compliment, Jodie. One of the boys on YouTube, Johnny Murphy. We don't get many Johnny Murphys. Says Jodie should sing Adele, Send My Love to My New Lover. She would absolutely smash it.
Send my love to my new lover.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, I'm glad you said singing and you never said smash it to whoever he was talking about.
You've heard me sing Blue Star.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, getting told you could sing an Adele song's a compliment.
That's a compliment, big style, by the way. That's big time compliment.
Who's Adele?
Oh dear. Bridgeman. Cha-cha-cha-cha. That was super.
When you were talking, you were saying earlier about not understanding accents and things like that. I remember when we were young, when the sort of Beatles and the Stones came along, my mother and father, and I dare say of our age in our era, all the parents must have thought, what on earth is this? Because they used to say to me, what are they singing? What words are they singing? Because they could, all the different accents, the Beatles up in Liverpool, the Stones didn't say. They were just wild, just wild music. And they're saying them coming from the, shall we say, Ella Fitzgerald and wonderful singers like that, days, Frank Sinatra. So it must have been difficult for them right enough. But that's
talking about the Beatles and accents, I actually love the Beatles as well. She Loves You. It was supposed to be She Loves You, yes, 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 and obviously it wouldn't hit the market the same, so that's why it's She Loves You, yeah.
Oh, that I was down in Blackpool and went to see them, and me and my friends were sitting in Blackpool in the ABC in Blackpool, 7th from the front row. Cost us 7 and 6 to get in. Unbelievable. We were screaming louder than the lassies. unbelievable stuff. And it started. Yeah, it was crazy. They were jumping off the balcony, didn't they? Oh dear.
Well, there you go. You don't get a stronger accent even than the likes of the Scouser. And as I say, when you hear whether it's Beatles, Petula, Clark, or what do you call her, Sala Black, or any of them, you would never know they were Scousers in their singing voices, Jodie. You know what I mean?
Can you give us a demonstration of that, Blue Star?
What, being a Scouser?
Come on, Blue Star, give us a laugh. Come on now.
I'll tell you what he can do. He can do surprise.
Have you saw that video that went about that boy saying that Sadio Mane was the best player in the world? I used to impersonate that, thinking I could do a Scouse accent.
Right, you've said it, so let's hear it.
Okay, we've also been joined by young Darren tonight. Evening, Darren.
Good evening, panel. Good evening, Jodie. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm fine. Bridgeman, I'll go with you. Who is Adele when you've got Jodie on the show?
Smooth operator.
So how was your Simply the Best song at Ibrox then, Jodie? Obviously quiet, not a full crowd in. Would you like to do it in a full crowd, and how would you feel?
I'd love to do it in a full crowd, but I'll tell you something funny again, because I feel like I'm a cartoon character. I always do daft things, right? Like, I was sitting there, and obviously I'm at the bit where they do Rangers TV, so I'm standing there singing, and then I've got about 2 feet in front of me is all the sound tech guys, and I didn't know they were going to clap, and I ruined the take because they all clapped, and I went, "What are you doing?" And they went, "You need to sing that again now." So I mean, they did give me a good reception, because they all started cheering and clapping like dead loud, and I was so shocked. But yeah, it was brilliant singing. It's like one of the best things. I couldn't go over it. Originally, what was supposed to happen was I was supposed to do it in the Blue Room, and then they said Rangers TV have given us the Ibrox suite and with the Ibrox lounge, and you can sing it in there, and you'll be like right in front of the pitch. And I was honestly just like, I can't believe I'm here. I was buzzing the full way, and I was like, "Can I take a photo?" And they're like, "Of course you can." So yeah, it was amazing. But I think if I sang in front of the full pitch, like, I hope they don't have cameras zoomed in my face, because I'll be crying. I'll still sing, but I'll probably be crying my eyes out.
Remember,
funny enough, I usually end up in tears. Oh, Darren, next question, mate. You got something else?
Yeah, well, it's really good to obviously hear you, Jodie. People come on and kind of talk about their, predictions, obviously, the game coming up, but you've just stole the show. I've been listening to, I'm obviously a regular caller, but I've been listening in, and it's just amazing. Your voice is amazing, and you've just stole the show. I think people don't want to come on and speak about Rangers tonight because you're on the show, but one day you're going to make it famous, with that voice. It's incredible. So just stick in at it and just and work hard, and I'm sure you'll achieve what you want to achieve in life.
Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you so much.
Well said, Darren, young man. Well said, mate. Really nice of you, mate. Really
but as I say, smooth operator.
As I say, Pano, I'm going to obviously let you go. I know it's been a busy show with Jodie being on and let some more callers come in, but obviously it's strange not to come on and speak about Rangers and referees and stuff.
I'm sure we'll make up for it tomorrow night, Darren.
But, as I'm saying, but obviously it's cheers for taking my call, and all the best, Jodie, and hopefully you keep safe and keep well, and
take care. Thanks
so
much.
Do what you want to achieve, all right?
Thank you.
Cheers.
Darren,
thank you.
Number one fan, Jodie. Number one fan.
Oh no.
You got red, Jodie. Why?
I got. Oh man.
That was nice of Darren, wasn't it?
He's a lovely boy. He's a lovely boy.
You know, one night, not once has anybody come on here and said anything nice about me. Not once.
I wonder. There you go. There you go.
You're right, Port. I wonder why. Yeah.
Hey, Ox, I hope Jodie remembers. She's looking for a couple of roadies. We're up for it, aren't we? Definitely. couple of bodyguards.
I'll be up there with Bridgman, cha-cha-cha away.
I know. You'll be my backup dancers.
You know.
We'll
I'm glad you said roadies and no loadies.
There's been a lot of people on social media. We've had Facebook calls on Facebook, YouTube, on Twitter as well, Jodie. We've had it. People on Periscope, believe it or not, in my own lobby. And they're all asking about you to do a version. I don't know if you've got it in your Penny Arcade. Have you done a version of that?
I can do it, yeah. I can quickly grab the guitar if they want a quick snippet.
Wow.
Oh, you're a dancer.
Okay.
Oh, you're a
You go
dancer.
get your guitar.
Just want to
Bridgman,
chat just now and then I'll
Bridgman, you ready? Cha-cha-cha-cha. This is a
Cha-cha-cha-cha. Remember, they want the full version. The full version.
There we go, huh? Live. You ready?
Yeah,
for this
live
poster?
tonight.
I don't know how the quality will be, me just playing it here, but we can give it a go.
Have you tuned it?
And my guitar's always tuned.
Aye ready, that girl is aye ready.
Oh, aye.
Right, here we go. This is proper busking here, guys, so I'm sorry. A light shone in the night somewhere ahead. Blue turned into green and then it was red. And stood in the night, loud music played. The light that shone in the night was the Penny Arcade. Step up and play, each machine seemed to say as I walked around and around Penny Arcade. Just ring the bell on the big bagatelle and you'll make all the coloured lights cascade. And the music played in the Penny Arcade. Yes, it played over busking, played out the time. Roll up and spend your last time. There you go. A wee quick
Bravo.
of it.
Cha-cha-cha-cha.
Cha-cha-cha-cha.
Cha-cha-cha.
Oh, brilliant. Port Bear.
American Messiah. She's absolutely fantastic. I like that, pal. That was good. You just keep them coming and I'll just keep dancing. I'll just keep dancing on my laptop. I'd need change to throw, but I'd need change to throw.
Actually used to bust.
Ox.
When I was
Yes,
wee.
mate. Yes, mate.
Ox, true story about that. Do you remember when it was Bill Smith that used to sit in the wee thing behind the east enclosure and play the music at half time and do his compere?
Aye.
Well, I used to. Well, I was always in the east enclosure, and I went on him for a bit. In the days I was running on a lot of the dance halls. It was early 80s, and I used to say to him all the time, because at that time it was that we just started. Well, we hadn't just started. A couple of years previous, we started playing Simply the Best. And at the time, I always thought Penny Arcade would have been a cracking song to get played at Ibrox, because no other football ground had took it on. And I always thought it was an easy one to get along to. And I tried for years and years and years and years. And it was actually, what do you call him? Paul Coyer actually put the bloke that ended up doing his compere. Then he turned it on to the lassie with the blonde hair. I can't mind her name. And it was actually her that took it on and played it one day. And then a lot of Rangers fans all wrote in and says, here, that song was brilliant at half time. And that's how it got taken on.
Oh, funny. Aye. Great, mate. Great. We've just been sent another, mate, Postle. Boyfriend Postle, where one of our regular listeners, he wants to know if you took it. We've had some of the girls on a Tuesday night. It's usually the ladies' team come on. Obviously, they're still in lockdown at the moment. But have you took any interest in their games?
I've watched it a few times. I think, what is it? Lizzie Arnott, is that her name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Brilliant player. Really, really good. And it was good as well. Was it last year Player Awards? What was her name again? She got Player of the Year for the girls. I think it's really good that they're making a stand in it, but I will be honest, I don't watch enough of it. I'm very caught up with all the singing and focusing on the guys, but it's good to see, and they're putting in some good performances. But I've catched a few games, and I think that Lizzie Arnott's brilliant. Like, she's so good. So I don't watch it enough, but yeah, I do watch it from time to time if it's on.
All right. It's gone from strength to strength, and we must admit, Port, the girls that have been on here have been superb, haven't they?
Fantastic, mate. It's well documented. There's been plenty of money thrown at the girls' game this year. They want to go and reach like Champions League level, and anytime they've been on their show, they've been absolutely fantastic, up for a laugh, very honest, great stories to tell. So it's something we should all be, like Jodie says, watching and probably more and getting involved in more, because they're a great side, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it. It's been a breath of fresh air, and people look at football differently. Right, Jodie, this 55 party, obviously there's people listening, but your thoughts? Glasgow's fireworks, bunting, flags, you name it. It's all out there, isn't it?
I'll be there doing cha-cha-cha-cha. I'll be there. I'll be cha-cha and loud and proud. But yeah, I can't. I know people are like one game at a time, and I know that Rangers have took a slight dip and then got back, and we've had some performances that it's a full end-to-end game. But honestly, May can't come quick enough for me. Everyone knows where I stand on it. I've kind of been very vocal. For the one game at a time, people, I'll shut up now. But yeah, I'm excited.
Right, here's some feedback for you. For Facebook, Billy Murray posts, Jodie, you're simply the best. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Robert Wetherall, Robert's a shy boy, he's posted, superb Jodie is. Frank Barrett has posted, you could do a top 10 Rangers tune, Jodie, a bestseller at Rangers.
Oh my God, I get so shocked. So many people message me like, make a CD or can I get your songs? And I'm just like, do people really want to just sit and listen to me? Like, my mum and dad probably beg for me to shut up at times.
I can understand that.
Right, Jodie, a wee question, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, I'm a bit like you are. Season's done and I'm ready to rock and roll and party, right? Season's finished. Do you think we can do the rest of the season unbeaten?
I do. I've said this. I've been on other podcasts and I think we'll do it. Honestly, I think the fact that we won at Celtic Park without a goal on target just shows the mentality that this team has. So we've got the best keeper like ever. I've been saying it for the day dot. I think I was on another podcast and I've spoke to people on Twitter. As I said, I'm very vocal with it, and hopefully the team don't let me down and I don't need to fly over to Canada and go into hiding or something. But yeah, I genuinely think we'll go unbeaten. What do you guys think? Are you the same? Or
no, I'm the same, and just remember that could be a song.
I think the fixtures will dictate. I think if we keep going in Europe and we get to the last, say, 16 then 8, if we can get a bit of luck, that might dictate the team we're going to put out. But I think this group of players have got a bit between their teeth, because I think if we get the league in the belt and we've still got a chance in Europe, Stevie G will go for it, because he's a winner. He's a winner, Jodie.
People need to remember as well, it's not like if you saw all the rumours like Gerrard's done all he can do at Rangers once he wins the league. What about prospects of Champions League football? Like, nah, like there's much more to come at Rangers. So the league's going to be glorious and we'll all love it, and I'll probably be the happiest I've ever been. But yeah, there's so much more to come, and I just hope Gerrard's around for a lot longer. Make himself a proper legend for us. Not that he isn't already onto that status, but yeah.
Ox, I think you were right. I think you were right there, Ox, when you said about to go for the likes of the season unbeaten. If for talking's sake we win the next 4 games and that's us win the league, I think you're right in what you're saying about the European thing, because our manager might then, you know what I mean, he'll start kind of chopping and changing a bit if we're still in Europe, you know, and I think that'll depend on a lot of things. But don't get me wrong, if we win it, I think we'll win our next 4 games and that's us win it. we would like to carry on, but I think the European thing would have a big involvement in it.
Aye, well, Jody, here's a question. If you were invited to NASA, would there be something you'd be willing to do? That's a loaded question, by the way. There you go.
Yeah, man, that'd be a dream. NASA
you're available to sing at NASA if they invite you?
Anytime they want.
Okay, you never know who's listening to this. Do you know that?
I was going to time off my mobile number. That's probably not a good shout, but I was going to just be like,
No, we'll get Bridge puts his out every night and doesn't get any follow. Brilliant.
Cha-cha.
Listen, Port Bell, what I remember, you wanted to be a shout out for one of the boys on Facebook.
Aye.
Keeps the lobby going there, does what Skipper and CB days for us on Facebook.
Yeah, I want to give a wee shout out to Alan Pavlich. I talk to him probably most nights in the Facebook group. There's too few to mention, but he's very prominent. He's in there for the very start. He keeps the conversation going on a regular basis. And in Bath Rangers Radio, I'd like to give him a wee shout out, mate, if that's all right. Thank you.
Yeah, you've done it.
Aye.
You've done it. Right, Bridgeman, you'll not believe this. We've reached that time of the evening.
Oh no, cha-cha, you dancer. That was brilliant, by the way. One night. What a fantastic. Well done, Oxchair. Well done, Jodie. Superb. Superb. Absolutely. Really and truly. I think everybody enjoyed themselves. There isn't much I can say other than everybody, please keep it going for the Rangers. It won't be long till we're playing. One sleep for the Bridgeman. One sleep plus a wee nap.
Two sleeps.
Everybody keep it going for the Rangers anyway, and well done to you.
Jodie, last word to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you carry on. Last word.
I just want to say thanks so much, and see, I've had my laptop by me and I've been reading all the lovely words on like Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, and I can't go over it. Like, I wish I could reply to every single person. I just want to end by saying again thanks. I did mean what I said earlier. If anyone is really struggling, like, the reason I've been singing my songs and putting them out there is because that's something that's really got me through these lockdowns. If anyone needs to talk, please know that you can always message me, and if I don't reply straight away, my inbox is usually inundated, but I will get back to you. So drop me a message if you ever need to speak. It's always a safe space, and I can't wait for us all to be celebrating 55 together. So thanks again for having me, guys. I really do appreciate being on.
An absolute pleasure. Port Bear.
Aye, no, thanks very much, Jodie, for coming on. What a great night, fantastic night. I said every platform that I've been monitoring during the show has been the exact same. I think you've really enjoyed your songs. I think you're going to gain thousands more followers through this, and I wish you all the
gain a house. I think my mum and dad will pat me out and I'll be single. So if anyone wants to put me up.
And I think you go from strength to strength, pal. I really do on the back of this. You sound very much like us. It's a hobby to us. We're all bears. We love a club just like yourself. So
it's a way of life, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, exactly. So keep doing what you're doing, because you're absolutely nailing it, pal. That's all I can say.
By the way, you're that important. Mr. Fox wants to be with you. Mr. Fox, and you come.
I want to say thank you very much for appearing on Rangers Radio, Jodie. I knew you were a lady of high class once you mentioned that Tav was one of your favourites. Very good. Thank you very much.
Okay, good taste.
Of course we have.
Jodie, you just hang on after we play your tune and we have a word with you, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
All right, listen, we can't thank you enough. Thanks to all the callers. I think Darren stole the show. What do you think, Port?
I think Jodie's found herself a wee admirer there, so fair play to you, Darren. Fair play, mate.
Thanks to all the callers who called in. It was great to hear from you. There was other calls waiting, but we couldn't take them all. Jodie Paul, thanks very much. Thanks to your mum and dad. Thanks to your brothers for
the fluffy bed
under the bus. We'll speak soon. This is Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night.
I'll need everyone's recommendations. What recipe they want next time.
This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10. We'll be joined by the one and only Linda. Thanks for listening. Please stay safe. Take it away, Old School Blue.
you when my heart's on fire. Come to me wild and wide. Oh, you come to me. Give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. Speak a language of love like you know what it means. Oh, I can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it stronger. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever made. Stuck on your heart, oh, I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart, baby, I would rather be dead. In your heart, I see the start of every night and every day. In your arms, I get lost and I get washed away. Just as long as I'm here in your arms, I could be in no better place. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever made. Stuck on your heart, oh, I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart, baby, I would rather be dead. Each time you leave me, I start losing control. You're walking away with my heart and my soul. I can feel you even when I'm alone. Oh, baby, don't let go. You're the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever made. I'm stuck on your heart, oh, I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart, baby, I